Hi everyone. I've decided to touch base with you as we're now in our third month of 2013. And also, I wanted to touch base with you because I've been rather a little bit quiet this year compared to last year when I shared quite a lot of things with you through writing. And this year has been a little bit quiet. So I didn't want to remain silent any longer for you to think that I've fallen off and I've left the journey. I have not. In fact, I would say this year, my faith in Christ has increased in abundance. This year, I would say that my faith has made me realize even more than ever that there's more reason to be in Christ than to be out of Christ. My faith has brought me to a point where I love Christ so much more than I did last year. I loved him last year, but I love him even more because my faith, as it increases, I find that my love, my capacity to love is increasing. My faith is so wonderful. It's wonderful to me. And because it's wonderful to me, and I sense at this time a sense of urgency in being prepared and getting ready. I've not been writing as much for you to share with you so far this year because with this sense of urgency, I'm spending a little time on my preparation and my readiness. So this year I've begun on the 1st of January a journey that will complete on the 31st of December. And on this journey, I'm hoping that I will learn more, I will assimilate more, and that I will see more, I will take note of more things that will help me to prepare and to be in readiness. My journey that started on the 1st of January started in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, and it will complete in the book of Revelation, chapter 22, on the 31st of December. It's a biblical journey. It's a journey that will help me in my travel, a journey that will help me in preparation, in readiness, and a journey that will help me to be able to share more with you. But you know, as I began this journey, as I'm traveling through this journey, I've been writing down my thoughts as I read each book. And I've shared some of my thoughts with some people, like on Twitter. But while writing down my thoughts and looking at what comes to me on this biblical journey, I began to think of the journey that I was on before. Because you see, in life, all of us, we're on a journey. And on the journey, there are two separate roads, two separate paths, and two separate destinations. And the path that I just took recently, a few years ago, and the road that I'm now on, and the journey that I'm now traveling, is different from the one that I was on just over 4 years ago. There's lots of difference in the two roads and the two paths. You see, the road that I was on, that many of you, my friends and family, still on, was a road that was easy to find because the path was so wide. And the road is so wide, and there are so many people on this road. But even though there are so many people on this road, there's still room to maneuver. So when you see something, you can walk around it and avoid any problems. And while traveling on that road, there was lots of things that we were getting on this road that made you think, wow, it's fantastic being on this road, because you're getting so much on this road. As you're traveling along, you're getting all these things that make you feel like you're rich and, you know, everything is perfect. And like I said, there's lots of people on this road. So why would I not think the road was the right road? And why would you not think it was the right road? Because after all, so much things are coming to us so easy. But there came a time when my eyes opened. I became awake. And I realized that there was a sign that was pointing to another path and another road, another direction. And as my eyes became open and I saw this sign, as I look up, I became curious why there was another sign and another path and another way. And as I became curious about this other sign, this other path, I began to feel a lightness in my heart. It was like I had a heaviness on me, and that began to lift. And the more curious and the more I checked out this other path, I began to feel other things. It was like I suddenly began to feel peace, joy, and excitement. And I thought, hang on, why all these things I'm feeling, but that path, it was kind of like it was hidden. And I'm thinking, why is that path hidden? Why did I walk past it so many times and I didn't see it? And when I peeped, there wasn't much people in it. In fact, it looked boring. There wasn't much in it, and it looked like it had lots of things in the way, obstacles in the way. But because I began to feel that there was an excitement in me, I wanted to try that path, because on the other road, I was lonely. I was unhappy, and I didn't feel there was a purpose. And I know that many of you are in the same position I was when I was on that road. But suddenly, even though this road looks difficult, it looks like there's lots of obstacles on it, there was excitement that began to come inside of me. There was a joy that began in me. There was peace. And the more I found out about this road, the more exciting I became. And you know the thing that was even more exciting? That on the other road, even though there was many people on it, I felt lost because everyone was for themselves. No one thought about me or thought about you. They were all about themselves and what they could get for themselves. So it was really lonely on that road. And there was no direction on that road. So we were going round, on and on. And for years we've been doing that. And it came to the point where I began to feel, when I was on that road, that it was the same old, same old, same old. What I didn't realize while I was on that road is the reason why it was the same old is because I was going around in circle without direction. Because at the end of that road, there was nothing there. But I didn't realize that I was going around in circle and going on and on in circles. And there was no direction. Just people on there who's thinking only of themselves. So I began to get excited on this new road because as I came on this new road, there wasn't much people there. And it was really a tight fit. I had to squeeze to get in. And when I got in, there was lots of things that was in my way. And it sounded like I shouldn't be excited. But I was getting excited. I was getting a peace inside of me. I was getting a joy inside of me. And then I realized that even though this road was so difficult, even though there were so much obstacles in the way, and even though I'd missed the signs for it, that once I got on this road, there were lots of signs that I was seeing. Signs that were helping me, and each step that I took, there was another sign to help me to get to the other step. And I realized that, oh, hang on, this road may look boring, this road may look tight, squeeze, like there's not much on it, but someone traveled this road. And someone cared enough to leave little signs. And these little signs help me so that whenever I reach one of those obstacles that was in the way, these little signs was there helping me to help me to overcome, to get over these obstacles that was in the way. And that's when I realized that someone cared enough to want to help me on this road that looked so boring. Someone cared about me, someone loved me, and someone took the time and the trouble to make sure that on this road, I will make it. Someone took the time to make sure that I would reach safely on this road. And as I realized, I began to be hopeful. Inside, I started to have hope and an expectation. And suddenly, life had a purpose. And my purpose on this road was to meet that person who cared so much that they took the trouble and the time to make those little signs so that I would get there safely. And I began to realize that if that person cared so much and loved me so much, then I need to help myself by getting to him. Because if he took that trouble to make a plan so that I could get somewhere, then he must have something at the end of that road for me. So because nobody's going to painstakingly make such plan unless it's a plan for goodness. You see, the other road, there was no plan. There was no direction left for me. I was wandering aimlessly on that road. And as I wandered and as I traveled, I was feeling darkness inside of me. I was feeling low. I was feeling like life wasn't worth it. But on this road, I began to feel light. And I was able to see, and I could see the little steps and the little signs that say, follow me, follow me. Little signs saying, follow me, follow me. I'm the way. Little signs that are telling me, this is the way. This is the right path. So I know that when I reach the end of this path, this journey that I'm traveling on now, that it can only be untold riches for me. But on the other path, where some of you, my friends and family, are still on, and you're going around, dismally, wandering aimlessly, there's nothing there except death, destruction, despair, and happiness. And that was why I was feeling the way I was when I was on that road, because I was wandering aimlessly. And the more I wandered, the more I was feeling dark, the more I was feeling lonely, the more I was feeling sad, and the more I felt like I wanted death to come. Because on that road, that's all there is. That's all there is. So I'm here now to tell you that I sense a sense of urgency, a sense that we need to be in readiness and preparation. But if you're still on that other road, you need to be on this road. Because on that other road, there's nothing there for you. It's only death. It's only destruction. But if you want to be prepared to receive something, you need to get on this road. The road that we can walk together, the road that we can encourage each other, and the road in which we can uplift each other, and we can follow the little signs that lead us to the one who cared enough to have left those signs. So I pray that you will be blessed and that you'll take care.